Welcome to Books for Success. Today, we're delving into the wisdom within The 50th Law by 50 Cent and Robert Greene. The 50th Law focuses on fear philosophy as a catalyst for success. Drawing inspiration from corporate strategies, historical figures, and hip-hop artist 50 Cent or Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent is his professional name. It encourages brutal realism and a bold mindset to succeed everywhere, from back alleys to the boardroom. Before we begin, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you want to keep receiving the knowledge of book summaries about health, wealth, love, psychology, and much more. Don't be shy about dropping your book suggestions for us to summarize. Also, you can use this video as an audiobook summary. Let's grow and succeed together. What's in it for me? Conquer fears and live the life you want. 50 Cent and Robert Greene. The 50th Law. Ever felt paralyzed by fear? Almost everyone has, but just imagine if instead of holding you back, that fear became your secret weapon to success. Sounds good, right? In this summary to the 50th Law, you'll uncover the fascinating world of 50 Cent, not just a rapper, but a modern-day warrior and mogul molded by life's harshest realities. From the raw streets of inner-city New York, 50 Cent learned early on that showing fear was a weakness. But here's the twist. His philosophy isn't about eliminating fear, but embracing it. In this summary, you'll be challenged to face life head-on, just like other American trailblazers did throughout their frontier era. Think of fear as a superpower for turning adversity into triumph. So, this isn't just the tale of a famous musician, it's a guide for creating confidence. Ready to discover your fearless side? Let's get started. Supreme realism. See things as they are. Embracing realism. See things as they are. Life is often cold and indifferent. Curtis Jackson, now more commonly known as 50 Cent, discovered this when he lost his mother at the age of 8. Her death was a pivotal moment in his life. Nevertheless, facing loss was at the core of his destiny, and seeing things for what they were drove him forward. Jackson was drawn to ambition. With no parental guidance, he had to forge his own path. At 11, he took the dangerous route of becoming a hustler, motivated by dreams of freedom and money. The streets put his resolve to the test. Like many other cities in urban America, Southside Queens was gripped by a crack epidemic. Every day, dealers, customers, rival cornermen, and the police threatened his survival. By 16, the youngster's luck ran out. Authorities sent Jackson upstate to a rehabilitation center. Inside, he received his most important life lesson. Adversity sharpens the mind. With time to think, Jackson developed a creed: trust no one, hide your intentions, and be a supreme realist. This became his decree, shaping his approach to life. Rather than wishing for change, he'd let reality empower him. Realizing a hustler's life is limited, Jackson embraced music. Using his street smarts, he could see angles, deception, danger, and a path to success. The truth is, the music industry is like the streets, brutal. Executives care only for profit, pushing artists aside once their worth declines. When an old drug rival shot Jackson, no label wanted him, but he saw this as a blessing. He studied the terrain with a hustler's eye. Solo, Jackson didn't have to follow the rules of a major corporation. He could sell his songs on the street. He was free to say whatever pleased. Why put his future in the hands of someone else? He couldn't be sure his methods would work, but he was open to trying. As a result of his relentless mixtape campaign, Eminem signed 50 Cent to a record deal. These events stress a powerful principle. Seeing through illusions and confronting harsh truths empower you to succeed. The mindset of a supreme realist forges a path unblinded by distractions and false promises. It's like navigating a maze, ignoring dead ends, ensuring you reach your destination efficiently. Adopting a pragmatic view, seizing the moment, and dispelling false beliefs all contribute to innovation and permit you to thrive. In short, the more you know about the world around you, the better you can use it to help yourself. Strive for self-sufficiency. Success requires more than just talent. It rests on the ability to steer your own ship, to direct your fate. Take 50 Cent as an example. Upon release from prison, he was offered a job bagging drugs for another dealer. But he soon recognized what this meant for his future. Working for others means wasting time in their battles and losing faith in your ideas. Conversely, a hustler manages his time, energy, and decisions without relying on others. In the music realm, 50 Cent encountered a similar dynamic. Executives offered money in exchange for control. 50 Cent set up a music label within Interscope Records to shift away from dependency. He took over video production and marketing, which let him learn everything he could about the music business. Sadly, many of us give up our labor, time, energy, and autonomy despite being our most valuable assets. But society is shifting away from these bad habits. Have you noticed the growing trend toward entrepreneurial freedom? It's the only life for a hustler. By establishing his mini empire, 50 Cent could ignore any deal he didn't like and handle any economic landscape. So what's the lesson here? Relying too much on others restricts you. Even personal support networks mask the fact that self-interest drives everybody. So here's some advice. Embrace self-reliance. True freedom empowers you on all fronts. If your career stalled, shift from idle time to active learning at work. Soak up help for information until you can cut ties. As you progress, launch side projects to show your entrepreneurial flair. Striving for self-reliance takes work, yet mastering self-control brings the greatest satisfaction. Turn problems into golden opportunities. Imagine being on the brink of stardom only to face death. In 2000, 50 Cent aimed to launch his debut album, Power of the Dollar. Unfortunately, an assassin's bullet wounded him, halting his momentum. Was this to be the end? No, it was just the beginning. Recovering in bed, bullet fragments stuck in his jaw, he listened closely to the radio. Frustration brewed as he heard shallow hits and fake gangsta posturing. But he didn't give in to despair. He chose to act. He channeled his hustler mentality, turning his rage into a source of strength. His injury slowed his flow, but gave his raps an authentic menacing twist. And what could be more defiant than releasing a song called F You? Every action boosted his street cred. Here's the thing. Hustlers know that life is hard, and someone is always trying to step over you. Fear and meekness are types of privilege in the hood. When setbacks occur, you don't take them personally. How could that be? Remember that the world isn't different to your feelings or fate. But fear not. Adversity can be your closest ally. When challenges arise, leaders emerge, triggering remarkable changes in luck. They turn obstacles into strengths, shifting from fear to opportunity. Consider the French general Napoleon Bonaparte. What made him unique? He recognized the importance of minor details, transforming simple marching and unit formation into an effective weapon. When the battle looked bleak, a chance for a crushing counterattack, everything was an opportunity. The fact is, our material world fixates on technology, money, and connections, causing us to overlook our intellectual prowess. This results in a warped view of opportunity. We think it's rare, so how can we fix this? Here's the game plan. First, reframe negative situations or events. Next, be bold, for adversity can empower you. Then, make the most of what you have. And finally, see obstacles as avenues for growth. Find opportunities in the ordinary and look for potential in unexpected places. When you turn every obstacle into an opening, nothing can stop you. The hustler's flow. Let go and keep moving. In the late 1980s, Jackson entered the turbulent world of crack cocaine dealing. An original gangster, known as the Godfather, sought to dominate the Queens drug trade by putting his son Jermaine in charge of enforcement. Jermaine took control over Jackson's territory, insisting on a monopoly and compliance. Jackson complied. Later, Jermaine was found dead, the victim of a shooting by one of many who didn't want to do things this way. Jackson pondered Jermaine's fate. He realized that Jermaine's forceful strategy was flawed. In contrast, Jackson chose a supple approach, juggling multiple ventures and adapting to his dynamic environment. Renamed 50 Cent, he entered corporate America in 2003, only to learn that many CEOs were also trapped in a rigid mindset. Global record sales were down, and scared industry executives were ignoring the fact. Despite this, 50 Cent moved forward, forging unconventional alliances, experimenting with marketing, and engaging with fans. By now, he knew the importance of evolving and adapting to change. Beyond music, he built a successful business empire amid the chaos. Simply put, fearless leaders thrive in confusion. That's a lesson that can be learned from history. Take 1920s China, for instance. The nationalists tried to contain the imperial order, while the communists tried to impose a Soviet-style, urban-focused revolution. When the latter failed, strategist Mao Zedong embraced change. Unfazed by China's vast terrain, he led agile communist peasants against rigid nationalists. As Mao implemented his fluid tactics, the traditionalists couldn't keep up. They stuck to key urban areas while Mao's forces encircled them. The outcome? A rapid communist victory, rewriting military history. The bottom line is that if you remain flexible, you can disrupt. People are predictable, so versatile methods can unsettle your opponents. Hustlers continually adapt, and with good reason. Flexibility lets them test new ideas, quickly adjust to their surroundings, and ride the resulting momentum. Speaking of which, have you ever felt an irrefutable force driving you forward? When triggered, this power can boost confidence and lead to a winning streak. But all too often, the run is cut short. The problem is that momentum is an enigmatic and unpredictable force. The good news is that you can nurture this energy. How exactly? Well, momentum is deeply tied to your mindset. You're doubtless open and fluid when you're on a roll. You go with current events rather than resist them. Conversely, when your momentum stalls, it's often due to fear. Emotions, if not handled right, are a momentum killer. But what if they could be channeled? Practice letting go of the past and moving on. Then your decisions are clear and the motion continues. So, momentum starts within you. It's not just about the outside world working on your behalf. It's a matter of mastering multiple flows: cerebral, emotional, social, and cultural. By understanding and harnessing these changes, you can purposefully capture momentum and turn every tide in your favor. Sometimes you need to be aggressive. When 50 Cent returned to Southside Queens, the drug trade had changed. Every hustler had their spot. 50 Cent, on the other hand, had bigger ideas. But there was a problem. For him to start over meant upsetting the apple cart. Actually, it was more like stealing the apple cart's wheels and eliminating the driver. Rival hustlers rejected his ambitions, preferring to keep the peace. In contrast, he saw a smothering system restricting his financial independence and artistic goals. This was more than just street corners to him. It was his future. Fresh out, he covertly hired Brooklyn stick-up artists to rob neighborhood dealers. As planned, the following confusion worked in his favor. He ran business his way, and he was able to fund his music career. When 50 Cent entered the music industry, he faced issues similar to those he had on the streets. There were power struggles, mind games, and fierce competition. Ja Rule, a rapper with clout, became his first rival. But by now, 50 Cent was the master of the game. He created beef with Ya through brilliantly designed diss tracks and tactical provocations, driving the chart topper to retaliate. Ya struggled with the onslaught and was exposed as a weak rapper, putting 50 Cent at the top of the pecking order. So what's the takeaway here? Life is an endless battle between pursuing what you want and defending yourself against hostile opposition. This will never change. In today's culture, avoidance is preferred. The problem is that this leads to passive-aggressive behavior. For this reason, you must show strength. If you don't stand up to those who try to harm you, you'll live an anxiety-filled life. By dealing with aggressors, you grow powerful and your worries fade. Drawing from harsh environments like the hood, the lesson is clear. Submission breeds exploitation, so reject submissiveness and let your boundaries be known. Stand up for yourself, protect your interests, and you'll earn respect at the same time. Aim high and trust in yourself. You must push beyond your beliefs and limitations. Here's why. Growing up, 50 Cent embraced vivid dreams of leadership and success. His imagination transcended his neighborhood, fueling a conviction that these dreams were his destiny. Little doubt he would have lost his life or freedom if his goals and identity hadn't matured. His story shows the power of self-belief and adaptation. When we're born, we're a blank slate. As we grow, we develop a personality based on our experiences and interactions. This personality is often influenced by what others think of us, starting with our parents. Believe it or not, our qualities aren't fixed, and we hold the power to shape them. Change is inevitable in life, so there's no sense in pretending you're the same today as you were yesterday. You must control your individuality and even show it off. But don't people hate people with big egos? Not really. Let's break that down. Having a strong ego doesn't mean dismissing others' views. Instead, it's about facing difficult opinions with inner strength. This is particularly crucial in places where your self-esteem might be diminished. Take Frederick Douglass, for example. Despite being born into slavery, he refused to conform to society's limited ideals. Through his self-belief, he not only broke free from slavery but also championed the anti-slavery cause. With a positive self-image and a sense of purpose, it's possible to become impervious to outside attacks. Ultimately, people will try to bring you down, but you can defy haters by believing in your goals and not letting others define your identity or worth. Remember, you are the author of your story, so embrace the twists, turns, and power that come from being uniquely, unapologetically, you. Final words. Now, in this final section, think about those who defy convention. They're the ones who grab our attention and rise to the top. What sets them apart? They can cope with change, transform obstacles into opportunities, and master their fear to dictate results. They aren't afraid to be themselves and embrace their mortality, while making the most of each moment. The 50th law isn't concerned with your background or social status. So face your fear and use it as a driving force to accomplish your goals. Thanks for being part of our insightful voyage. If our summary piqued your interest, we encourage you to dive into the complete book for a deeper understanding. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content if you're new here, and share it with others who might find it valuable. Keep on reading, discovering, and advancing until our next adventure.